guys. Here we are again, just you and me and the internet. Let's play a game as Rook the Spy. Although being a wastrel, certainly, given that I'm enjoying adult leisure beverages tonight, it certainly would be appropriate. But no, we're going to go with the Rook the Spy. Let's do the Bog Job story difficulty. I haven't played for, I don't know, a year or so. We'll view the negotiation deck. There's two kinds of combat in the game. Physical combat, but there's also negotiation combat. They function very similarly, but and the battle deck. Now there are cards that'll do damage, cards that'll apply defense, and some that allow you to improvise in either or there are also additional other stats that you can choose to emphasize. For instance, stuff like charge. This one will deal 2 bonus damage if you have charge. So if I were to play this and gain 2 charge and 2 defense, I could spend this to deal 2 bonus damage, so it would be 4 to 5 instead of, say, 2 to 4 for 1 point. So that's kind of how the game works, in short. You have 3 energy at the start of a turn, and cards cost between 1 and 3 energy, basically. So I currently have slotted all times I start with 6 maximum resolve and 9 maximum health, but I have 11 perk points that I can spend. Ancient Warrior, the first 2 cards you draft in each deck come with full XP. That's pretty good. Can we slot that? We can. And instead of starting with 9 maximum health, let's start with 12, say. And 6 resolve. Grifts. Grifts. Hence we get the title. Griftlands. I gotta say, I never understood that. But you have grifts and grafts. Those are 2 very different things. This is the achieves. Which gives you the points to buy things like perks. Outfits. Let's see. Aerostat. Saboteur. Shadow. Ooh, like that. No, I think Shadow is the way to go. Prestige. And we will go ahead and start.
You bear the brunt of the world when you wear a soldier's uniform.
True.
So you turned yours in and left the Admiralty.
I did.
But even out of uniform, your name still carries the weight of your medals. Captain Rook, the veteran, the hero, the saboteur, the spy.
All of those things.
These days, you freelance, and you're on your way to a job in Grout Bog, where the Spark Barons plumb the ruins looking for forgotten treasures. The bugs are hard to spot, but they bleed you dry if you let them. Seems like you'll fit in just fine.
The land around Grout Bog squelches with mud, hungry for legs as well as boots. The only road leads to a gate flanked by armed security. A Spark Baron guard steps out into the path as you approach. Stop right there. The bog is closed. Especially to grifters like you. Unless you pay the processing fee. Then maybe I could see to considering your petition for entry. I will convince. This is a non-combat. Opponent has -6 resolve. They're not good at their job. Forgive me for being skeptical of this fee. In fact, I'd like to speak to your supervisor. So they have 16 resolve. I have 54. Their attacks that they currently have slotted are going to do 4 damage to me. 4 damage. Gamble, let's see. Flip your spare coin. It can apply 1 composure to a random friendly argument. I currently have no arguments other than myself. Or it can deal damage to a random opponent. Depending on the setting. The setting is currently... The emblem there is indicative of it will currently do 1 damage to one of their argument, but it'll do it for 0. And then it'll flip the coin. No, it flips the coin first. Got it. So. And it added 1 to my composure. So we put 3 composure up here. Spending 1 of our energy points, we now have 4 composure, which will negate the 4 points of damage that are coming in. We have 2 energy left. We don't gain a bonus damage because our coin we just flipped, and it was set to the good guy non-hostile side, the defensive side. And this, I would have gained bonus damage if it was on the other side. Improvise a cool. Improvise a card from a pool. I can respin it and choose as to which way the coin is showing, or I can draw 2 coins and expend, or I can gain 1 bonus action next turn. I'll do that instead. And we'll hit him for 1 to 3 on his main argument, 2. And that's the end of my turn. That's how Griftlands works. You can upgrade your cards and so on and so forth. So think of it as, if you've played it, Slay the Spire, with a bit more depth to it. At least as far, other than perhaps the card battling itself. You might find more depth in the card battling itself, but this has got a lot more bells and whistles. Alright, he's got 2 things here. This is going to... Stacks. When the argument is destroyed, all cards are returned to Rook's hand, and Rook gains 2 Vuln. Well, we don't want to destroy that. Shrew gains 1 composure for each hostility card I draw. He has 1 composure presently. Let's see, we can hit him for 3, 6, 9. But then he'd hit us for 4. So we're going to put that up, so we only will lose 1 composure, and we'll hit him. Because we had 1 extra point available from the card we played last turn. We now have a total of 4 energy to play 4 cards with a cost, and we reduced him to 6. We should be able to end this argument next turn. He's done something unpleasant to me. Cards stolen. Rationale. Straw Man. When this argument is destroyed, gain 3 Vuln. So he can destroy this argument, and I'll gain Vuln. However, we're not going to get to that, I hope. Interesting. He's showing 6 and 1. Huh. Prepare a card. Choose a card in your hand and move it to the prepared leftmost position. Oh, that's right. Positions in your hand can actually have an effect in the game. For this, at least for this class. If you're currently prepared card, plus 2 bonus damage until the end of the turn. The prepared card is the one on the far left. That will turn the Grumble into a 3 to 5 point damager. We can gamble. Now, it came up as the composure, so we have 1 composure up. We have 2 points left. We can apply more composure to ourselves. And hit him. Wow. For the minimum. And now he's at 4. Now that one was affected, so now for 3 turns I'm vulnerable. My composure will take additional damage. Call it. Yeah, okay, we should be able to finish him easily here because we have the composure card, the friendly alien face. We currently deal maximum damage on these. We have won the argument. I believe we lost one total of 1 composure through that. And normally, if you do a negotiation battle, you'll gain some health at the end. And if you do a physical battle, you'll gain some negotiation health at the end. So in this case, I gained 3 health, but I was already at the max. Metal is a currency you can use inside the game. And I have a new card to add to my negotiation. All 3 of these are the hostility options. So this is, we'll do 1 and we'll gamble. Heads and snails are what those are called. Okay. That's heads because it has an alien head, and that has the little spiral shell, so it's heads and snails. Got it. Prepared. So if this is in the leftmost position in my hand, and if it's not drawn there, I can always play the ones on the left. This will do an extra 3 damage and draw a card. That's nice. I will accept that. Well met, Shrew. Well, do you want to get your superiors involved? Ha! They just double the fee. But, fine, Grifter. Have it your way. But you better have some work papers, else the only thing I'm authorized to give you is a kick in the seat. Hand over your papers. No need for hostilities, friend. I'm here by invitation. See for yourself if you like. You pull the signed work visa from an oilskin wallet you carry for such purposes. Huh. Looks legit. Who exactly are you meant to report to? I have to choose. If I'm here to work security, I receive Blacklist, which is a negotiation card. Take names. Gain 1 damage for each name taken. I have taken no names. Playing this card against a new unique character adds their name to the list. So the value of the card will go up the more I play it. Or I'm here to dig. I'll receive a shovel, which is an item. 0 cost. 0 casting cost. Nice. Always nice. 0 cost. Does 2 damage. Deals 2 extra damage per empty cell. And gain 2 defense per charge. So, it'll prevent 2 damage. It does 2 damage. I have a sneeze coming. Pardon me. It can gain charge. And expend. It can only be used once per battle. I actually like the Blacklist. Do I look like a common laborer to you? I'm reporting to Leland Philemo directly. Philemo, no way someone like you. Her eyes glance down at the work visa again, and this time she reads the fine print. I mean, of course you are, sir. We better hurry this along. Philemo doesn't like to be kept waiting. I have gained the Blacklist. I still gotta search you, though. You got anything to declare? I declare I'm going to enjoy you searching me. You rummage through your backpack, showing through the contents. You've only got 1 thing worth declaring, though. I can declare the coin purse and get 100 shills, which is the currency. Training manual, upgrade a battle card. Rugged compression gear, increase maximum health by 2 and max resolve by... health by 8 and max resolve by 2. I'm going to upgrade a battle card. I'll let it pass this time. So I get to choose 1 of my battle cards and upgrade it. And we can see what the upgrade options are by right-clicking on it. So there's Kick, which does 8. And there are 5 different options it can get. 1 which will apply a ricochet. Maybe I can't see. If empty, loss, it costs 1 less. I'm guessing if that's your last card. Destroy. I don't want a destroy card. Destroy card removes it permanently from the deck. Draw a card would be okay. Attack twice. That's probably better. But that seems to me... doesn't look like any of those reduce the cost. I love low-cost cards. So making a 2-cost card into a 1-cost card or a 1-cost card into a freebie. Let's see. There we go. So, pool of upgraded cards or improvise a pool of special cards. And this will either be a destroy or fully charged. It costs 0. I'm very rarely fully charged in my experience. These are not necessarily going to get the same options. So this applies to burn. A burn is a dot. Spend 1 charge, deal 2 bonus damage. And the last one, draw a card or tax twice. Tax twice is pretty good. Gain 2 charge and 2 defense. Gain 2 charge and 4 defense, or 3 charge and 2 defense. Spend up to 2 charge, deal 3 bonus per. Spend 1 charge, deal 6 bonus. Gain 2 overcharge, increases the damage of all cards. That's pretty good. I like that one. 5 defense, 8 defense, destroy. I do not like the destroy cards. 3 defense and 2 overcharge. Destroy, no. Attack. I like the attack twice, I do have to say. But that does 10. And the other option here, empty, is charge has an additional if you have no charge. And historically, I don't have a lot of charge. So costing this for 1. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to upgrade that. Ask more about Falama. I don't suppose you know what kind of work Falama might have for me. How the heck should I know? Things are getting rough with workers, though. They want more rights, better pay. Maybe Falema wants you to work security and shut down the union before it starts. I see, that makes sense. And what if I would prefer to find other work? If Falema's expecting you, I wouldn't want to disappoint him. But there's always more work to be had in the bog. You could check in with a foreman named Calandra. She's not too strict and might take pity on an old fogey like you. Charming. So I'm free to go? Yeah, whatever. Thank you, officer. It's been a pleasure. But don't try anything funny in there. Go through the rough gate, but you feel like Shrew will miss you when you're gone. Well, of course he'll miss me. I'm adorable. You guys miss me when I'm not around. I know that. Stepping in it is Calandra, the local labor leader. I'm going to check in with Falemo to work for the Spark Barons, because bad guys are good. Sort of. As you enter the official looking building, you're stopped by an armed guard. As you enter, stay right where you are, Grifter, and state your business. Show Lopley your papers. The official sort, my good soldier. Nothing to fret about. You show Lopley your signed papers. She somehow studies them while still fixing you with a suspicious glare. This checks out. Very well. Step inside. So that's Lopley. She's neutral towards me. There's patron Imiko. He's a patron. A visitor aren't. And Falemo. Falemo's easy to recognize, even though the years have been a little too kind to him. Hey, we don't make fun of us chubbies around here, okay? Fine. A little too kind. You spot him lapping a drink like a contented salamander. Pardon me for a second. I'm going to lap my drink like a contented salamander. This is what I think that looks like. Suddenly it's an ASMR stream. I'm sorry, I won't do that again. I see you've gone up in the world since discharging, eh, rookie? Rook, you old scoundrel. You finally made it. Figured you'd be able to move faster than that, even with that bum leg of yours. Docktown's a long way from here, Falemo. And that's Captain Rook to you, even if we're both retired. I'll call you your Royal Highness if you can get the job done. Enough fiddle-faddle. Let's get you to work so you can see what you're up against. I'm going to work for Falemo. You wouldn't have called me out here if it wasn't for something interesting. I'll take the job. Excellent. If there's anyone who can get the bottom of this, it's you. I have a couple things that need doing. Opportunity, wild pack of Baron dogs. Both are battle. One gains 5 metal, but less shills. Sure, I like the sound of getting more metal. All play and no work. My people tell me that Gnak, a laborer, has been shirking responsibility. He's been given demerits, but it's clear he's angling for us to cancel his contract. I've seen this voluntary termination technique before. It can't be permitted. Seems the simplest solution is just give Gnak what he wants, no? That's rather naive of you, Rook. This is clearly a ploy by the Rise, testing our authority. The Rise, a loose group of union organizers and freedom fighters, campaigning for workers' rights across Havaria. So what I'd like you to do is remind Gnak of his place. Contracts are meant to be kept. See to it that he gets a punishment he can't ignore. Gnak has been shirking his duties, and Falemo wants you to beat him up. Okay. You know, this Gnak might surprise you with his resilience. Well, certainly. If I thought that, if If I thought that this would put Gnak out of commission, then I'd simply ask you to kill him. Your hand was always well weighted, though. I think you'll see through it. See it through. My sources tell me you can expect to find Gnak drinking. Typical. Hey! I defended you against him calling you living a little too well. Don't start knocking the people who are drinking, typically. No more futzing. Have at it, Captain. So we will, vendor. Kibi. He's a vendor. Buy Spark Baron equipment. I can buy a card. I have enough to buy a Nano Lattice. Draw a card, gain 9 defense, destroy after 2 uses. I hate destroy cards. A destroy card can be used for, like, really huge fights, but other than that, I don't want them in my deck. Because I seldom want to actually end up using them. Because I might want it later. You ever done that in a game? I'm going to hold on to this because I might want it later. And you end the game with 1,200 heal potions. Confront Gnak and beat him up. We've got Gormat. Well, there's Gnak. A couple of patrons. The proprietor. There are a few jobs that Gnak can't pull off with a little practice. Must be nominative determinism. He's got the knack for it. See? That's nominative determinism. My name is Lens, so I see everything clearly and extra large. Another day in the feud, huh? Confront Knack about shirking. Have you ever been shirking your responsibilities, a laborer? You a bounty hunter or something? I ain't no truant. I still show up for every shift. Besides, if the barons don't like the work I put in, they can just fire me. That's the power they got, isn't it? I serve my contract, hesh, and high water, but they can do what they want. Well, I can intimidate him, or I can beat him up. He's going to dislike me either way. But if I try to beat him up, he's going to have a friend. We'll go ahead and let him off with a warning. I'm supposed to give you a motivational beating. If you act sufficiently scared, we can skip to just improving your work output, yes? Ooh, intimidate at the end of your turn. Incept 2 intimidated, unplayable. Incept, the effect is added to the opponent's arguments. Hostility cards deal an additional damage. Okay. It's unplayable, so it'll just be my card in my hand. So he's going to attempt to whack me. Take names. Well, I can take names. Gain 1 damage for each name taken. 0 so far. Let's go ahead and put up some defense, and let's start making this into a useful card. Ah, this does too. Okay, plus an additional. All right, got it. I have no action points left. Oh, but I can gamble. And I got snails, so that's an additional point of composure. No, it looks like it did 1 point to it. So he now has hostility cards deal an additional 2 damage. Remove 1 stack when you play a non-hostility card. Well, I've got 2 more intimidates. I don't even have enough points. We need to get 2 more intimidates on him. And this is going to take 1 damage because I'm about to deal a non-hostility. So it's 4x, alright. He's going to hit me, so let's see. 3 composure. We'll improvise a card. Draw a card, discard a card, and expend. Prepare a card. Choose a card in your hand and move it to the prepared leftmost position. Don't have to. We're going to hit him with this. It's plus 3 damage if it's in the prepared position, the leftmost, which it currently is. We have no points left, but we can apply 3 more composed. I can't get this into the prepared position because I have an unplayable card in my hand. Gamble. And it gives us another free composure. They're whacking us for that much. We're going to have more than enough. Sakosyo! More composure for me. Well, we should just be able to whack him twice here and end this discussion. Another successful argumentation, negotiation by yours truly. I gain 1 medal. I'm supposed to gain like 6 for the finishing out the quest. We gain a little bit of health. We get to upgrade. Which was it? That'll increase its damage by 1 all the time. Or it does 5 when it's prepared. So it's either 6 to 8 or 7 to 9. But this is always an additional point of damage. We'll go with that one. And a new negotiation card. Forecast cost. Every time you gamble, reduce the cost of this card by 1 until it's played. Card costs 0 when we've got heads. And it does 1 point and or it draws 2 cards when we are sitting at heads. Venture, spend up to 2 influence. Rig 3. Rig is results the guarantee of your next 3 gambles. I mean, this one's okay. Half the time it's free to draw 2 cards. I'm going to take the shills instead. Give me the money. The fact of the matter is, the Baron's been doing this for a long time. They'd rather break you than terminate your contract. Does that sound like an agreeable arrangement to you? No. They'd really do that? Afraid so. Okay, I get the picture. I'll work harder from now on, I promise. See to it that you do. You see, you get further with a smile and a word than you do with a fist. Or a gun. Or several guns. But then, don't worry, we'll get plenty of that later. Go back to Falamo. I put the fear of God into him, Falamo. Hello, Rook. I spoke to the target ant. Spoke to? You're supposed to punish, not coddle. Come, Falamo. You know how I work. If it gets the results you desire, I'd prefer you didn't micromanage. The problem here is a miscommunication. I wanted Knack terrified. Next time, remember the objective. I got paid my 65 shills. Gain 1 medal. Bonus 4 medal. Alright, I have another job for you. Let's see. Food fight. 5 medal again. 60 shills. Or 80 shills and 1 medal and remove a card. We're too early in the game for remove a card to be particularly valuable. That does get valuable later. You know, if you pick up a couple of very valuable, say, defensive cards, you don't need the basic defensive cards. You get rid of them to tighten up the deck. For instance, in the game I mentioned in my subject, Tainted Grail-Conquest, I played 4 or 5 of the different decks that are available, and one of them was fucking terrible until I got rid of 3 cards that were clogging up the deck all the time. Then the deck played like a dream with a few improvements. It played great. But those cards, there were 4 of them in the deck. They half of the time they were essentially, you had to pay to get them out of your hand so that you could then play them again the next time because they flipped in value every time you played them. So one of the sides was sometimes useful. The other side was almost never useful. And they both cost 1. I want more metal. Now we see to it that the Barons dying like Kredeshi dynasties of old. Kredeshi. An amphibious species with large matrilineal families, typically found in positions of wealth and influence. But for the laborers, we process some of the biomass extraction product into a nutritional paste. Oh, that sounds really appetizing. I'm surprised you haven't cracked under the strain of your jealousy. Please, Rook, I tasted it myself. No worse than Admiralty field rations. Its calories and nutrients exactly what's needed to keep the workforce healthy. Unfortunately, the ingrates aren't satisfied. They've been causing chaos at the serving lines, and it's holding up meal breaks. A delay in operations jeopardizes the whole mission. As you well know. I will accept 60 shills, 5 metal. In this instance, I honestly don't care for the details. The whole mess is tiresome. See that the ruckus is quelled so I can turn my brain power back to the bottom line, huh? As you like. Oh, and I suppose you'll be wanting to requisition some supplies. But I'm afraid that's not on the table, friend. You're a contractor, after all. Try the bartender over at the last stand. It's an unsavory sort of place. And it'll serve unsavory sorts like you. Otherwise, I'm sure you'll find everything you need. You always were resourceful. Out into the map we go. So we can head over to the last stand. Or we can take care of the food fight. Let's head to the last stand first. Sells refreshment and healing. A rusty old Kradeshi approaches as you enter. Your Admiralty, yeah? I can read it across your shoulders. I was, once. Aerostat, if I had to guess. Compliment or warn him? He's a coin trader. I'll compliment him on his perception. They can take your youth, but they can't take your cunning. Oh, they would if they could, I'm sure. All right, then. Well met, then. Enjoy your... Do you have your squadron coin? Can I see it? That's quite personal. No, please, don't take offense. I'm a collector, you see. I have several coins of my own, if you're up for a trade. I'm always here. I like the foot traffic. You decide you might be up for a trade, just find me. Pengamunt backs off and seems content to give you your space. If there's an angle, you can't guess it. That's the proprietor. The bar is well known in your network, a quiet speakeasy where folks can rest away from prying eyes. But I already have my drink. The clients keep their heads down even as you come in. If they're curious enough to study your face, they're clever enough to hide it. Hello, barkeep. My name is Rook, and I'm simply parched. Bartender expects you carefully, nods once, and keeps the conversation nice and low. Word was I should expect you. I don't make a habit of helping out no more than I need to. You keep that in mind. I'll thank him. Thank you, barkeep. Your warmth and hospitality will keep me going today for certain. Hold on, I got something for you. He digs around under the bar, produces a lined case of unlicensed grafts. A gift, my fine friend, and we'd only just met. You call in good favors. Pick a graft. Graft basically is a buff, so your allies receive 2 power when they join battle. It's a common one, and I don't remember having allies a lot in the game. Pocket Bomb, a common negotiation graft. Whenever you shuffle your deck, deal 3 damage to a random opposing argument. That's not bad. Common negotiation graft. At the start of each negation, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. I think I kind of like the Pocket Bomb. Don't worry, it's just in my head. It's nothing important. Very useful. And if I want to call in further favors, I got drinks and I got eats. You want anything other than that, you're going to have to talk to the Jakes. A collection of free laborers who work the docks and roads, controlling tariffs. They have a shop set up on the edge of the bog, and the edge of the law for that matter. But they're a cagey bunch, so you might have to prove yourself worthy of their business. I'm sure you can figure it out. I appreciate the information. I'm sure we'll speak again soon. I like him. Down to business, gave me free stuff. My cup's empty. I can't have that. I must refill my cup. And I'm back. All right, let's head to the food fight. What do we have over there? Black market. Ah, I'll have to check in there later. I have no active... view active quests. Got it. Oh, this is the one I've got. You step through the door and find a group of workers facing off against a solitary baron. You already got your rations, now take a walk. That wasn't enough, and you know it. How are we supposed to get our jobs done if we're half-starved? Your robot ain't here to protect you today, Baron. Seems you arrived in time to extinguish the spark of a riot. Talk to the lead worker or talk to the spark Baron? I'll talk to the lead worker. Hello, what's going on here, if I might ask? Our contract says we're supposed to get 2 square a day, but this shop ain't enough. But this slop ain't enough. This Baron is cutting our rations and expecting us to pay him to make up the difference. We won't be extorted anymore. Let's see, I can threaten negotiation. Yibbit. I can convince him to compromise. I can force him to leave by resorting to violence. Or I will talk to Fallow Palo. Hold that thought. You're Phalemo's man, right? My usual enforcer's in the repair shop. So, of course, the local rabble are pushing their luck today. Please take care of this so I can get back to business. Threaten him to stop skimming food. Convince him to compromise. Convince him to back you up in a fight. No. Talk to Yibbit. It's going to be one of the first two. I'll have to convince both sides. Well, both sides just means 2 negotiations. Look, they just want a little more to eat. Is that really such a problem? You could meet them halfway, couldn't you? Well, he's going to do 4 to me. Take names. Well, of course we're going to... Well, first we'll do that. And we'll blacklist. And we're done with our turn. He attempts to whack me for 4. But my rationale, my composure is... Oh, he stole my rationale. They're going to attempt to whack me again. Let's see. Gamble, sticky. I want to apply that first. Apply both of those first. Improvise a card. I'm going to improvise a card. If you're currently prepared card, apply 3 composure. Yeah, I'll apply it. I will apply the composure. I swear I'm not drunk. Not yet, he's not. I can't get this into the prepared position, which is the leftmost. Gain a 1 bonus damage if we're in snails. We're currently in snails, not heads. What do we have there? Should have checked that first. Gains for each hostility. Oh, that's annoying. Ooh, max, nice. And we'll gamble. And we got snails again. So we're going to take 1 loss. He's going to whack the straw man argument, which will give me 3 vulnerability if it gets through. So I can apply 3 composure there. We'll flip the coin again. We got heads. Which means now that these 2 will do maximum damage. And that's the end of our turn. On to the next. When I first saw this game, or first played this game, I guess I should say, my thought was, this is really interesting. I wonder if you could make an actual role-playing game out of a card battler, and I didn't see how you could do it. Earlier this year, we found out that you can. A game I enjoyed a lot, which was Midnight Suns. The Marvel-themed, card-battling, XCOM-alike RPG. The RPG elements were hit and miss, but the rest of the game, was fucking great. Absolutely great. Let's just go ahead and smack him for the last couple. And we have succeeded. Earn another medal. And pick a negotiation card. Let's see. Spend all influence. Gamble that many times. I don't like that. I mean, we don't get a lot from a gamble. When a card is drawn, gamble, and it's unplayable. I don't like any of those. So you want? They're not striking or shirking their duties, Follow Paulo. They're only hungry. Feed them, and their productivity will increase. Fine. I guess they've been looking a little gaunter lately. Now we talk to Yibbit and convince Yibbit to compromise. I can't promise you everything you're asking for, but what if I could get you a little bit more? Enough to sate the growling in your bellies, at least. Would you stand down then? Alright, he's going to try to whack me for 4. Alright, we'll go ahead and apply composure. This is going to do an extra damage. And I will go ahead and throw more composure on so I don't lose any points this turn. Diplomacy cards deal -1 damage. Reduce suspicion by 1 at the end of every turn. He's going to whack me for 4 again. Let's see. I've got... it's not quite going to work. We're currently in snails. Right, we're in heads now. So we'll hit him for... And we hit him for 3 to 5 or improvise. 3 to 5. Good for 5, very nice. Hey there! And welcome to my chat. And my stream. If you're not familiar with this game, it's a sort of an RPG-lite, roguelite card battler. I've played it on the stream. It was not much of a success. I don't know if they'll make a sequel. I don't think we'll see a Griftlands 2, sadly, but I really enjoyed it. I was playing a vaguely similar game the other day, and my opinion on it was okay, but it wasn't as good as Griftland, so I said, well, why not just play Griftlands again? And I thought that was a really good idea. I said to myself, that seems like a good idea. I will gamble. It came up heads. That gives me another composure, which is, in essence, a defensive shield. And for 2 points, I can do 1 to 3 twice. We did 3, same as if we used the other thing. Oh, I should have hit him with that, damn it. Oh well. He's at 5. We should be able to finish this discussion peacefully. There's 2 kinds of combat in the game. There's combat, knives, guns, that sort of stuff. And there's negotiation combat, which is what this is. In essence, you need to persuade or intimidate somebody. You go into negotiation combat as opposed to combat. I have successfully won, so I can choose a new negotiation card to go into my deck. 1 to 4, max damage, prepared, gain an action. That's a really nice addition. Ooh, but when we have a buff that's set to either heads or snails, those 2 little icons. So when I've got snails, this card it becomes free, and that's really good. So I'm going to go with that. After all, if you can reach an agreement, then the barons won't be so quick to dismiss your concerns. Not when you've shown them how reasonable you can be. Something is better than nothing. And I'm too hungry to put up much of a fight. We'll listen to their offer. Settled then, isn't it? I've talked it over with Rook. I can give you all a bit more. We'll take that as a first step, but we're watching you. And I'm watching you. If so much as a spoon goes missing in this place, I'll spike your food with fleet oil and give you all a stain no amount of washing will solve. I leave them to work out the finer points. I'm sure they'll be fine. How about we head back to the boss and tell him it's over. Hello again. The trouble at the cafe is over. A calm situation is good for business. I knew I could count on you. I get paid 60 shills, and I am a shill. I gain a medal. I gain 4 bonus medal. Now, Rook, you know damn well I didn't call you all the way out here just to rough up some organizers. I have my own enforcers for that. I need your particular skills. I thought you might. You want to discuss that here? No, now that you mention it, I rather don't. That watering hole I mentioned earlier, it's a good place to have a quiet conversation. Meet me there after sunset, yes? And we'll discuss more. You all right to make it there on your own, or will you need an armed escort? Yes, that gentle ribbing again. You forget, Captain. You may have been our leader, but I was the better marksman. It'd be a shame if that required a demonstration. Philemo leaves you alone to contemplate his response. Kind of a dick move, but that's fine. Alright, let's see. We can go to the bar. We can go to the black market, or, let's see, a quiet clearing. This opportunity will disappear if you don't seize it. The tide has revealed the path to a peaceful clearing in the bog, or healing supplies. Well, my life numbers are actually completely healed, so let's go here. I haven't had an actual fight yet. I've only done negotiating. I have such winning ways with people. You follow the path until you get to the clearing. You can take a seat. I take a seat on the soft patch of grass, taking in the soft sounds of the critters in the bog. Restore 10 resolve by taking a short nap. Take a long nap, 25 resolve and lose 5 hit points, or meditate. Increase your max resolve by 5, but lose 15 resolve. I'm going to meditate. You've heard that meditation is healthy, but you've never really bought into it. You close your eyes and try to focus your mind on the sounds around you. Eventually, you fall into a deep trance that seems to broaden your mind. I lost 15 resolve, but I gained 5 max resolve. Alright, back to stepping in it. That's Hebel. You've returned. Ooh. Let's see if he's got any good cards. Brain gills. I've always wanted gills in my brain. You know, so that I can breathe through my cerebrospinal fluid. Next card played this turn ahead gains 3 additional XP. Expend and replenish. Expend means, remove this card for the rest of the negotiation. But then draw another card. That seems really good. That will speed the advancement of my cards by a significant chunk. I like brain gills. Man, I need brain gills in real life. Buy a drink. Destroy, sleep it off. Slurred speech. No. We'll wait for Philemo. Nothing for me, Barker. Only here to meet someone. Ain't none of my business, is it? You lean against the bar and watch the crowd as you wait for sunset. With the last of the light, Philemo walks through the door. Philemo. This place brings back memories. I won a lot of money playing cards at this very table. Is that what you brought me here, to play cards? I have something even better in store for you, old friend. I want you to infiltrate the Rise. It's time we put an end to this worker rebellion. I see. I'm to find out who's in charge, a member list? I know who's in charge. It's that Prindo Calandra. She's got mirrors everywhere. That's a Path of Exile joke. I want you to get close to her. Make yourself invaluable. Then we'll take it from there. And how am I to do that when I can be seen having a friendly chat with a prominent Spark Baron? Why, we're only talking, and you're very tricky. The taps here loosen tongues, and I have valuable information. The kind of information that would be very valuable to the Rise. Not if the intel's isn't good. The intel's very real, I assure you. We'll take a few casualties, but it's a price I'm willing to pay. So I'm to convince them I'm a double agent? You are a double agent. Please, Rook. This is child's play compared to your Admiralty days. Ask about Calandra. If you know this person's the ringleader, surely it's simplest to just have her eliminated. Unrest in the Grout Bog is older than my tenure. It happened before, as little as 10 years ago, do you remember? I heard something of it. Massive riots, yes. Labor revolts? Yes, a woman named Fallon was the ringleader. But Prindo's father, Saban Calandra, was her second in command. They were all put down, of course, but the sentiment lives on. I'm not interested in having this problem in another 10 years. I want it dealt with for good. Kill the sentiment? Precisely. I accept the job. Very well, I imagine I shouldn't just march right up to this Prindo Calandra, of course. Try turning yourself in at one of the cells. I happen to know the location of one. Take it nice and slow, as you say. You've been seen with me. It'll take some convincing that you're on the level. Especially because their suspicions will be well-founded. I have no plan for extracting you if things go sour, old friend, so do try not to mess this up. Your loyalty is inspiring as always, Philemo. Philemo serves you only a wink in response as he pays his tab and makes for the door. Man, that guy's a dick. I say out loud, as if anyone was listening. Well, I think I can go to sleep and get my resolve back, and it'll be 5 higher than it used to be. I'm going to go to my room. I ain't going to stop you. Oh, I can only change outfit here? I guess I have to do more before I can sleep for the evening. Oh, we've got more specials up. The Gun Show. This opportunity will disappear if you don't seize it or count your winnings. Mysterious Gambler has been plying his trade. Well, I don't trust gambling, you know. Ooh, I have 57 metal and 5 prestige points. Well, first, let's go to the Gun Show. And we'll see about the metal. I have a lot of metal left over from the last game. Rook? They said you were dead. They say a lot of things, Frizz. Some of them are even true. But never the ones you want, am I right? What are you doing here? Working private security pays better than the Admiralty ever did, and I set my own hours. I'm here looking for freelance clients. Know anyone local who can pay top dollar for good weapons? Ask Frizz to tweak your pistols. Remember these? You're still using those old things? Us old things gotta stick together. I'm surprised they're still intact. I was practically a child when I built those. Think you could do better now? Certainly with the right parts and access to my tools in about a week. What could you do with 5 minutes and diminished expectations? I can make a couple of adjustments, I suppose. Increase charge numbers, increase charge chambers. Increase charge chambers or increase charge chambers. Or decrease, I see, charge chambers. So there are, your pistols can charge up, and there are certain things that happen at maximum charge. Certain things take charges, so you might want to have more charges available, or you might want to have a lower max. Could you decrease the number of charges? Yeah, that's easy. I can take 1 off for free. I can take 2 off if you pay for the parts. 250 shills. I'll remove 1. Alright, give me a minute. Frizz opens up a toolkit, spends some time working on the pistols. There, good as new. Better, even. Thanks, Frizz, this'll come in handy. It's for old time's sake. Ask why Frizz is in the bog. Why are you here, unlike the Barons, to allow outside influence? I'm on leave, actually, so I'm here in an unofficial capacity. Of all the places you could choose to spend your leave, you pick Grout Bog? It's a working holiday. I make weapons. There's a lot of demand for that here. I hope the Admiralty's still treating you well. It is what it is. Never changes, does it? You put in your time, bust the heads you're asked to, and at the end of the day, you're lucky if all you got is scars. I imagine that wouldn't do well on the recruitment pamphlets. It does even worse in the mess hall. It's been nice seeing you, Frizz. Likewise, Rook. My leave's up, so I'm back to Murder Bay. Don't get yourself killed out here.
Capisce.
It's usually the other way around. The other way. It's usually the other people have to worry about anyway. Okay, metal vendor. Let's check with the metal vendor.
Pakiashu.
I've come in search of metal. I know you have. Let's see what you have. Increase my maximum health. Pretty good one. I have how much? I think it was 57. Maximum resolve. Recover resolve after every battle. Recover health after every battle. Battle grass start with bonus XP. Negotiation grass start with bonus XP. Flourish gain from dealing damages in combat is halved. Max health of pets. Skipping card drafts grants additional shills. Well, let's start with our basic cards, all starting with extra XP. And recover health after every negotiation. That'll do. And unlock any flourishes. Prestige points are shared. I currently have, I think, 5 it was. So I can unlock these. Flourish. You'll be able to play any of the unlocked flourishes during battle or negotiation by filling your flourish bar. Earn more prestige points when defeating each boss in each prestige level. Check the boss compendium to track. 8 burns split evenly between all enemies. As a flourish, hits all enemies. As flourish. Gamble 5 times as flourish. Prepare card after every card you play. Always prepared. That seems pretty good. Change your coin till the end of the negotiation. Gamble, flourish. Apply 8 burn. Already grabbed that one for the next 2 turns. Gamble once after every card you play. Expert Tactician. I like that one. Close. I'm done. I'll be back. I know you will. Infiltrate the rise. Well, that's what I'm off to do. You come across a small cavern partly submerged in the bog. Inside it are the remains of an unfortunate traveler with a small box of assorted items. The entrance is swarming with nasty-looking insects that look ready to attack anything that comes near them. Lose 11 hit points. I'll leave the remains behind. You keep moving. You're not giving the bugs a meal today. That's the black market. Infiltrate the rise. You head to the location Folemo mentioned, but as far as you can tell, it's nothing but a desolate patch of swamp. You kick up some moss looking for signs of buried fires. Eventually see a small mark scratched into the lichen of a large stone. You lost, Grifter? Her eyes flame when she sees you in the light. You're the one contracting for the Barons. Fair warning. You should leave while you still can. There's going to be a reckoning soon, and nobody will care if you get caught in the crossfire. You remember the rise, then? I don't suppose you know where I'd find Calandra this time of night, do you? I'll kill you before I let you get to her bootlegger, be sure of that. I can convince them or beat them up. Well, let's convince them. Let's take a breath, shall we? Yes, I'm on the payroll, but my loyalties lie with Calandra. I'll just have to do a little convincing. That's all. Apply 3 composure. The next card played this turn gains 3 additional XP. Well, I'll go ahead and play that. Oh, we got snails. That does a point. Trickery, rig, or rig. Gain 1 bonus action next turn. I do like bonus actions. So I'll take 1 point of damage. And now I've got 4 instead of 3. Currently I have snails up. This card costs 0 while we have snails up. Gain 1 damage bonus. This should work. So if we can get lucky, we can change ourselves from snails to heads. Nope, still snails. So we'll pay 2. 1 to 3. And now, this is a prepared because it's the leftmost card in my hand. It's the rightmost card as well. And it'll do 7. I'm going to take 4, but the fight's almost over. Blacklist. I've convinced them. I restore health, iron metal, negotiation upgrade, dig. If it costs 0, have it do 5, or cost 0 and have it, those the same? Twisted and boosted. Looks the same to me. Oh, I can have it either be heads, it costs 0, or tails, it costs 0. Well, by default, it's tails. Let's stick with tails. Let me see. Discard a card. That's a sticky. Sticky? Not discard at the end of the turn. Right, so until I play it, it stays in my hand. Slug Storm. Gamble. Deal 2 damage to all opponent arguments. If if it hits snails. Pressure. Spend 1 influence. No, I like Slug Storm. I mean, who doesn't like a nice slug storm, am I right? Zambul, is it? I'm risking my life to be here with valuable intel I might add. Well, if you're on the level, that's a windfall, make no mistake. This could really make a difference, Pops. I hope you know that. Zambul gestures for your map and makes a quick mark on it. You won't find Kalandra there, she's too well protected for that. But that's how you can find someone who can vet you. Why, thank you for your trust. Sucker. Infiltrate the rise. You find a ramshackle structure hidden in the bog, right where you were expecting. Thinking it best to put a bold foot forward, you barge in. Who the heck is that? I'm looking for Kalandra. Heard of her? Drop the act, Granddad. I'm 2 seconds away from blasting you back to wherever you came from. Explain yourself now. I work for the Spark Barons, but I find them distasteful. I'm here to offer my services. And you expect us to trust you? Of course not. That's why I come bearing gifts. Hand over the intel. Fleckfus's eyes grow wide when he reads it. I'm going to need some time to go over this. ... How about this? I send you out on a job while I check this info. When you come back, if you come back, maybe then you can talk to the boss. The workers here in Grout Bog outnumber the technocrats 3 to 1. If manpower was all it took, this whole conflict would have been over before it started. Workers' rights, safety regulations, we'd have it all. Sounds like a fantasy. It is, so long as the Spark Barons keep a tight grip on the latest and greatest tech. The threat of it is enough to give them power. If this revolution's going to have legs, we need supplies. One of our scouts had a lead, but he hasn't reported back, and I'm getting worried. Need you to check it out for me. Rescue the scout if you can. Secure the supplies no matter what. I'll get a graft. I'll get some metal. I'll get 70 shills. I accept that. Hammond was last seen in the last stand. Try looking for him there. Now go do it. Last stand, I think, is the bar I was in. Yes, it is. Hammond. Thought it was Hammond. Yeah, asset limitation. Hammond has never been on the bright side, if only because the bright side stays out of sight.
Pas le chantier?
Out in the chill of night, best cover your neck, and not for fear of catching cold. Ask about the cash. You flash Hammond the secret and rise hand sign, which I think is that Flackfist taught you. You forgot to hook your thumb, but that's close enough. Flackfist sent me. He said you haven't checked in. Seeing as you're warm and cozy here, I expect you'll want a good explanation. Not that I'm complaining. This is the easiest rescue mission I've ever partaken in. Guess it depends how deep your pockets are. Thing is, I can't leave. Not until I pay off my tab. You haven't reported in because you're in debt to the barkeep? Hey, freedom fighting's thirsty work. Fleckfist has a bar at the headquarters. Why not drink there? I like the swill better here. How much debt are we talking? Don't know, more than I have, that's for sure. Honestly, I've lost track. I've been bussing tables between double shifts at the dig for 4 days. Well, what about the cash? Can you tell me where to find it? That way, at least I can take it to Fleckfist. I could do that, but maybe I can't remember unless I'm actually going there myself, you know? Besides, if I don't pay off the rest of my debt soon, the barkeep will just sell it to the Spark Barons. Then they'll put me on probation, watching my every move. Some freedom fighter you are, holding yourself hostage and demanding a ransom. I fight for my own freedom first, everyone else's comes second. Get me out of debt, then I can take you to the cash. You're the aggressor. He's 4 stars. He's tough. Our resolves are almost the same. I'm going to talk him out of it. He will dislike me. Well, he was going to dislike me if I beat the crap out of him, too. Your tab, your problem, not mine. Tell me where the cash is or you'll have more to worry about than bussing tables. Wait, are you threatening me? Yes, in fact, I am threatening you. How am I doing? Is it working? Let's see. The next card played this turn gains 3 XP. I kind of like Slugstorm. Let's play this and then hit him with Slugstorm. I don't have any freaking composure, and that's kind of making me unhappy. Not great cards to start off with, that's for sure. Blacklist. Well, we want to whack him with the blacklist for sure. 3 composure and blacklist. Boosted dig, it costs 0. That's going to leave a mark on him. Thumped him. Grumble gets upgraded. Let's see the options. Discard a card to do 1 more. Destroy. I hate destroy cards. Heads and snails. Going to do 1 more point, but I also have to discard a card. That's not my favorite. And new negotiation card, optional, cost 0, draw 2 cards, gain 1 influence for 1. That's not bad. Fleckfist may have asked me to rescue you, but he doesn't have to know you weren't dead when I found you. So what's going to be, the cash, or I pay your debt and we go for a walk? Fine, Hesh, you're serious, aren't you? Reaches into his pocket for a wad of paper someone might have used as a napkin. Location of the cash is scrawled on it. Plain to read, not even written in code. Now leave me alone. I have debts to pay. Hang on. This tells me where to find it. What if it's guarded? Then you got to use your wiles of whatever. I need to get to my next shift before the truancy officer comes looking for me. I will leave without him. He dislikes me. Yeah, he already dislikes me. I'm always the one who has to play the hero. Yeah, well, it suits you, so quit complaining. And 1 last wink to the bartender. Hammond is out the door. You didn't even get a chance to say goodbye, to kick him in the seat as a parting gesture. Open the map, and... Oh, AFK a sec, because my cup's running under again. I tell you, talking a lot in stream gives me a stuffy nose. Not even a streamer shtick, by the way. Actually, talking a lot in stream makes my nose get stuffy. Don't get old, guys. That's my message here. Just don't get old. Let's see. Asset liberation, provisions, metal vendor, black market. All right. Well, we've got to get the assets. If nothing interrupts us, we got interrupted on the way. Free yourself, laborer. The bog is not something to be feared, but to be embraced. Ah, shut up, will you? Hey, Grifter, why don't you do something useful and send this lunatic packing? Leave the two of them to sort out their differences. I've got something better to do. I'm going to leave you two to work things out. Thanks for nothing, Grifter. May your foot sink ever deeper into the bog. Both of you can go screw yourselves. Don't pull me into your stupid argument. You find the spot marked on Hammond's map. Surprising nobody, the Barons have posted a guard. You keep to the bushes, squat in the mud, and wait. I'm not going to wait. I'm charging in for a surprise attack. Telemer will dislike me. I'm pretty sure he will. But I've been negotiating all day. I want to beat something up. You find the spot marked. You charge in, blade glinting like a firefly. Ooh, that's scenic. Finally, a little good old-fashioned combat. A status effect will be applied by the security guard, Telomere. Well, if he's going to be doing that, spend one charge, deal 2 bonus damage. I have 1 charge presently. Since he's going to be buffing or something, I have no need for defense. I'll just go whole hog on the offense. What I do? Oh, I must have started 1 extra power, or one of those was 0 cost. Regardless, sure. 3 defense. Doesn't cost anything. Alright, he's got a friend. Spark Mine. I'll get 6 from Telemer. I need to do 14 more to break his will and he'll surrender. I have not quite enough to finish him. Almost, though. But I'm going to take a whack for 6. Gain 1 charge and 2 defense. Gain 3 defense. Improvise. I took a few damage, took 4. Spark Mines. When destroyed, deals 4 damage to all fighters in the same team. Gain stacks every turn. Grout Bog Burr. Action On the surface, it's disturbed the bog and caused a burr to emerge. Okay. He's doing his buff again. Well, I can hit him for 8 to 9. Empty. This card has additional effect if you have no charge. I have no charge. He has surrendered. I can execute him, which I won't do. Restores 15 resolve, which I've been spending profligately. Metal. And a new battle card. Draw 2 cards, gain concentration. Increases the minimum damage by 1. Apply 2 scanned to a random enemy. Draw a card. Gain 3 defense per enemy targeting you. So for 1, I can gain at least 3. That doesn't seem bad. The Baron breaks and runs for the trees. You check over the cache of crates. Surprisingly, they're all full of imported Admiralty weapons. You don't want to be caught by Spark Barons with these in your pockets, but you can move them to a spot more agreeable to the next Rise Rebel who comes looking. Presumably, we're back over to Asset Liberation. Go tell Flexus and collect your reward. Pardon me? Flexus. What brings you back? Cash secured, Rebel Leader. You got yourself a new supply of military-grade weapons. That's good work. What it is. I'll send a team to collect the cash. Should be much safer thanks to you. He likes me. Get paid 70 shills, gain 1 medal. Pick a graft reward. This is not graft as in paying a bribe to someone. This is graft as in a graft into my head, yo. Pets have 10 health in battle. I don't have pets very often. At the start of battle, gain 3 concentration. That increases the minimum damage. Halves your concentration when you take enemy damage. That increases minimum damage by 3. Common Battlegraft, gain 10 maximum health. We'll go with easy listening. I now have 1 common graft, both for negotiation and battle. I think we head back to the last stand and call it a night and take a nap. Oh, infiltrate the Rise. Flexus. It's done. Before he can voice any more disapproval, Calandra enters the room with her mirror. Sorry, I'm going to keep making the PoE joke. It's clear she's the leader. By the way, Flickfus rolls back his shoulders, trying to undo years of backbreaking labor. Her eyes lock heavily on yours, and she steps forward fearless. Enough with the 3rd degree. I want to meet the turncoat. Give us room, everyone. I'll take it from here. Room empties, and you're left alone with an eager Calandra who turns to you with a glint in her eye. Nice to meet you face to face, Rook. I have to say, one day in the bog, and you've already made some progress. I have it on good authority that Philemo is very pleased to finally have gotten you on site. Philemo often gives mixed signals, but yes, he has me on the payroll. Old friends and comrades reunited by the threat of a labor union. I went to him first, as your letter proposed. Oh, it's a triple cross! I'm a triple agent! Excellent cipher, by the way. I take naturally to this cloak and dagger stuff. Right, well, I won't pretend I trust you completely. I hired you to spy, after all. Yes, I'm to look for, what was it again? That'll come later. For now, just stay on Philemo's good side. Philemo thinks you're spying on me. We can't give him any indications the other way around. But I want you to check in with me every day. For what I'm paying, you should make time for both. As you like. Calandra leaves you to your ruminations. It's been a long day, and it seems like tomorrow will be even longer. Aha! Triple agenting deeper in the bog. Opportunity will disappear. Juke is looking to hire a guide for an expedition into the bog. Auto Dog Road Stall. A traveling auto dog salesman has set up a makeshift stall. Dead Drop. Leave a report of your grout bog activities in the Dead Drop. Let's take care of what needs taken care of first. Oh, I got partway there, and I find a small patch of bog berries growing by the wayside. They don't grow much elsewhere. You know, some are poisonous, but you've heard rumors that others have powerful benefits. Eat the rotten one, the striped one, or the red one. Now, if you can only remember which is which. Leave the berries. Red one's too obvious. Rotten one might be too obvious. I'm going to go with the striped one. With a zap like someone stuck a live wire in your ear, you feel a rush of mental clarity. Gained 5 resolve. Excellent. I will leave the rest of the berries. No, that's not maximum resolve, so I don't think it's going to matter. Because I believe when I take a night's rest, I believe my resolve and health both are maxed out again. You arrive at the dead drop. It's much like all the others around Avaria, empty but full of anticipation. You jot down a few notes about the rise and the spark barons, shove the wax envelope into the sealed canister. If you were any less experienced, you wouldn't notice the sudden silence as someone approaches behind you. You're well out of the shallows, Hessian. If you're looking for the cult secrets, I'm retired. I don't trade in those anymore. No, secrets are the only things the heretics here accept as currency. Is that why you followed me here? It has nothing to do with you, Gorgula. Remember the old times? Our memories are all our masters let us keep for ourselves. You say the words, but you know Gorgula too well to hold any real hope she'll neglect her duty. This is a no escape. They're here to kill me. I could try to intimidate them. But let's do some more killing. Let's just begin, shall we? They're going to be trying to whack me for 5. I like to apply 3 defense. Or we can just go all out. Damage city. Like that. I'll take my 5 and give you a bunch more. So again, has 11 health. When destroyed, it deals 16 damage to all fighters on the same team. So if I hit it for 11, it'll do 16 to the other guy. But I'm not going to be doing much. He's doing a buff, and I've got a bunch of defensive stuff. Damn it. That's shitty-ass timing. To that. I'll gain 2 charge. He taunts, gets evasion. Oh, that thing's at 7. How nice. I can hit it for 5 charge. It did a bunch to him. Ha ha. He did some to me, but he's hurting already. The lad is hurting. He is at 33. He's got something that's going to hit me for a couple. Two to 11. 4 and 2 to 11. 9. Very nice. He's at 14. He surrenders. He's at 20. 8 to 12. Can I get lucky and finish him? I did. He surrenders. I'm sorry. You come out looking to kill me. You go down. Whew. I get 10 shills. Restores 9 resolve. Iron metal. New battle card. Lumen Bioaccelerator. When this card is drawn, gain 1 evasion. Evasion, dodge at the next hit. Removes 1 evasion when you dodge a hit at the start of your next turn. It's unplayable and burnout. If this card is in your hand at the end of the turn, expend it. So basically, it'll give me a free dodge at some point. Battle upgrade available for the Challenger card. Gain 3 defense per enemy targeting you. Gain 5 defense per, or gain 3 defense and add 2 counter per enemy. Ooh, the counter is nice. As that damages them for attacking me. I like that one. Choose one of 3 battle cards. Apply 1 burn per concentration. 2 casting costs is expensive. Lucky shot, spend 1 charge. Deal 2 bonus damage per empty cell. So I have exactly 1 charge. Hey, fat body. Happy evening. Okay. A happy Saturday evening. I hope you've been out fighting, because Saturday night is all right for fighting. Get a little action in, you know? So if we have exactly 1 charge, we have 3 chambers. We could conceivably, for 1 point, do as many as 7 damage. I'm not sure that's worth it. I will decline and take the 10 shills. Over here, spend all influence to gamble that many times. Prattle. I'm really good at prattling. Apply 3 composure and prepared. If it's prepared, apply 1 composure to all friendly arguments. That's not bad. Better than the regular composure. Stack deck, gain at the start of your turn. Choose a card in your hand, prepare it, and expend. Like prattle. Now I can remove one of the regular 1 cost, apply 3 composure cards, as this has an additional effect that's better. That problem's dealt with, but if 1 shadow tracked you down, there may well be others. Ooh, a new graft. And this is higher quality. Swamp Haunt. Boss Negotiation Draft. Gain 1 action card at the start of your turn. Gain a random negotiation parasite. The sound of a negotiation parasite, I gotta say, I'm not loving that. At the start of your turn, reduce the cost of a random card in your hand by 1 until played. That's good. 3 fingers. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. When installed, 2 random people will hate you. Whew, an extra action every turn is a big deal. But if the start of the turn, one of the costs is reduced by 1 until it's played, that's almost as good as gaining an action. And I don't have 2 random people hate me. So I'm going to go with the interior drill. Yes, please install that into my skull, won't you? I'm fine. All right, so we have the metal vendor, black market, last stand, and stepping in it. Time to recharge. Don't suppose you got any cards I'm interested in. Gain 1 influence, expend, destroy after 3 uses, replenish. Those are all destroys. As I've said, I'm not a big fan of destroy cards. They're great if you're heading for a specific difficult battle, and you know it. But instead, I'll rest in the back. How about that room you promised? I'll go wake up the cockroaches. Charming. He shows you to your room. Your bed calls to you. The night brings bad memories, so you've learned to sleep as little as possible. My health is restored. My resolve is restored. I have no people who love me. Nobody loves me, guys. I woke up today. I killed some people. But 2 people like me who didn't before, and 3 people dislike me, but none who hated. Mostly because I killed them. I gained 6 new negotiation cards, a couple of battle cards, and that's a lot of grafts. I don't remember the twin pistols. Oh, that's right. I had my pistols upgraded. You wake up ready to further your intrigue in the Grout Bog. This is such a nifty game. It really is. I would like them to make a sequel, but I can't imagine they made enough money for it to be worthwhile. Although, as far as games go, graphically it's not intensive. I mean, a lot of artwork was done, but they didn't have to work on things like animation and the like for the most part. Writing is clever, but not extraordinarily extensive. Yeah, I would say this is a small team game. They could probably make a sequel. Please, guys, make a sequel. I really like this game. All right. Let's see what the map has got for us today. Working both sides, see what covert jobs Philemo has that need doing. You're moonlighting with Calandra, see if they need any skullduggery taken care of, and the black market. Well, let's head over to the black market first. Or not. You suddenly feel a white-hot stinger on the back of your neck. Heshspit. Feel your neck. Carefully probe the area with your fingers. Whatever bit you is long gone, leaving behind only the slightest smear of whatever it left behind. Leaving behind. No, that was... I interpreted that. Leaving only the slightest smear of whatever left behind. A cool wave of euphoria radiates into the base of your skull, clearing your mind of any further thoughts about the incident. Yeah, I remember this shit. Gained cards Stem and Twig. You don't want them. Stem. When this card is drawn, increase the cost of a random card in your hand until the end of this turn. Unplayable Parasite. Hatch 5. When this card's effect is triggered, the specified number of times it is destroyed and a special event occurs. The hatch counter is not changed while it's fatigued. I do remember this one being annoying. And there is Twig. When this card is drawn, take 1 damage. Unplayable Parasite, Hatch 9. Great. I've got cooties now, guys. There's nothing to do here, so you continue on your way. Fucking cooties. You approach the market, an armed guard seeps out of the shadows to cut you off. This establishment's for members only. You turn around now and go back the way you came. Ask about. Ask Topo about the Jakes. I didn't realize Jakes were allowed in the Grout Bog. Your freedom to walk away from this without trouble is growing smaller by the minute. Slow down, my friend. I want to play by the rules. How would I go about acquiring membership myself? It's easy, if you've been invited. But you haven't. So it isn't. Fair enough. 100 shills to buy a membership. Yes, well, I've been meaning to come by and pay my membership dues. I believe this should cover it. Topo considers the money for a long moment. Works for me. Welcome to the club, Softside. Hope you don't get fleeced. Let's see, we've got Plaka the Swab and Tlok the Proprietor. You got past security, huh? If they're cool with you, so am I. Let's get down to business then. Ooh, removing battle card and removing negotiation cards. What did I just get? I just got a battle card or a negotiation card? I don't suppose I can remove the ones that I just got. Stem. I would like to remove that. Let's see, where is the defensive ones? I would like to get rid of one of the rationales, but I think I'd rather get rid of Stem. I'll lose 10 max health. Fuck off. Okay, we'll get rid of one of the composure cards then. Yeah. That's 50 shills. And is there any battle guard? Because we've been adding cards. You don't want too much cruft of cards with similar functions. And if I try to get this one, I lose 10. It's 10 max health either way? Fuck off. I might do it. Alright, I grabbed that, which gives me 2 charge and 2 defense. I can probably get rid of one of the 3 defenses, because I also have gained 3 defense and 2 counter. So yeah, I will get rid of one of those. as I have gotten similar functionality. Buy cards. Anything particular? I don't have the money for any of them. I have acquired similar functionality that has either more flexibility or more straightforward power, so therefore getting rid of them. You don't want... It's easy to add cards to a deck and for the deck to get unwieldy. What you want is a small, focused deck where you can count on getting the cards you want when you need them. Surprised to see a Spark Baron here selling graphs. You look like someone who could use an edge. I have several available for a price. Add more graft slots. I can drill you a new slot. I'm not going to lie. It's going to hurt like hell. I can't afford those. Buy negotiation crafts. Can't afford them. Battle graphs. Can't afford them. Okay, so we are done here in the black market as I've spent some money. Okay, let's see what covert jobs Philemo has that need doing today. Well, look who it is. So, shall we begin? I imagine there's a great deal of work to be done yet, undermining the enemy. Oh, yes, no time like the present, yes? Culling the herd. 2 metal, 163 shills. Ooh, and a graft. Not a grift. I'm a grifter. This would be a graft. By the way, it's a little weird. It's called Griftlands, and a grifter is a con man. So that's like saying con man land. It's just weird. I really like the game. A lot. The name, bit weird. Culling the herd. We need Viren dead. What did this particular sap do to deserve it? We're paying for results, not questions. Understood. Okay. They want Viren dead. I can do that. Sorry, Viren. I've got good news and bad news. I'll start with the bad news. The bad news, I'm going to kill you. The good news is that there's no more bad news. Hi, Viren. Viren believes in the movement, but only as much as he can hold sway in it. Day to you. Spark Barons want you dead, and they hired me to do it. Hesh off. Really? You think that's going to work? Hesh off is going to work? Against the guy they've paid to kill you? Attack Viren, he will dislike you. If I kill him, his dislike matters much less. Sorry, pal. Spark Barons want you dead. I'm going to enjoy this, he says. I'm thinking probably not as much as he wants. Well, let's gain 3 defense. This card is drawn, gain 1 evasion. So his next attack is going to miss. Then I'll kick him. Oof. And he's already surrendering. No, they paid me to kill you. So surrendering wasn't the right choice either, dude. Zambul hates you. You've incurred her fury and will likely face the consequences. I killed her friend Viren. Civil unrest. All allies start the battle with an additional panic. Well, I'll just have to keep in mind that I don't want any allies on my side. Metal. Choose one of 3 new battle cards. Apply 2 Ricochet. Whenever this target takes damage from an attack, deal that much damage to one of their allies. Reduce Ricochet by 1. I'm not yet running into an awful lot of multiple target fights. 1 that'll do 4. If the target has burn, gain 2 charge. I'm not doing much in the way of burn, at least not way. Spend 1 charge, apply 2 scorched. Burn cannot decay for more than 2 stacks per turn. Whenever burn is triggered, remove 1 scorched. Burn. At the start of your turn, take damage equal to the stack of burn and deal half as much to all allies. Remove half the stacks of burn. Spend 1 charge. Apply 2 scorched. Burn can't decay by more than this. So this is good if you're also doing burn. This is good if there's a lot of mobs around. And this is also good if you want charge and you do a lot of burn. Huh. I think I'm going to decline. New battle card, Guerrilla Tactic. Where's Guerrilla Tactic? Applies to stun, destroy after 1 use. So I get 1 use of this for 1. It does 3 of 4 in stuns. That's a nice card. Viren is dead. Open the map. Back to Falemo that Viren's dead. Well met, Rook. Get paid. Viren's been eliminated. 163 shills, 2 metal, and a graft. Ooh, a common one, uncommon one. First attack applies 2 scorched. We're back to scorched and burn. High-pitched whine. At the start of each negotiation, gain 1 whine. At the end of the owner's turn, this argument gains 1 resolve. It's an argument with 2 resolve. Reinforcer, uncommon negotiation graph. Whenever you draw a card after your initial hand, apply 1 composure to a random argument. I think that's good. Whew, okay, I'm fine. Thanks for coming here first today. If you need a little help getting things done out there, you can talk to my quartermaster over there about hiring out some automax. Well, I don't want companions anymore because I now have, due to the hatred of one of the people, Falemo, Fleckfist, Falemo, who hates me? Those 2 are dead. Zamboul. Civil unrest. All allies start battle with an additional panic. You can choose to win battle if all enemies panic. A fighter with panic cannot act. Okay, well, that's not too bad. If my allies start with panic. Because unless they can panic me, it won't matter. Guard, visitor, patron, vendor. Let's see what the Spark Baron equipment is. Skimmer, again, this is destroy. That's the sort of thing I will partake in when I'm heading towards a big fight that I know is coming. Falemo likes me. Little does he know I've been hired to triple cross him. We'll head over to working both sides. And my cup runneth under, so I must refill it. These modern machines. They're all finicky. Mind you, the modern machine I'm talking about is a 30-year-old refrigerator. Hello. I'm back. Did you miss me? You can tell me. All right. Hi, Calandra. What brings you back? What next? Right back at it, huh? You are a professional. Let's see. I'll get a graft. 100 shills. 2 more metal. You seen our cobble bots yet? We built ourselves out of scrap, and they're almost a match for barons and enforcers. But we're low on processing cores and need more. The barons are calibrating a new batch of enforcers out in the bog. I want you to go out there and steal as many processing cores as you can. You got it. One of the mechs has a back door installed. Just say the word qualification to it, and it'll fight for you. Collect as many cores as you can. Each one you bring back means we can build another cobble bot for the rise. The automech backdoor password is qualification. You try to remember not to forget it. I'll try to remember not to forget. As you approach the testing grounds, you hear a myriad of clanging, banging, screeching, and swearing. You find a good hiding place and peer out. I told you already, this is delicate equipment. It takes time to get it right. The longer we're out here, the longer the Rise has to find us. So you get back to work and hurry up. Technician returns to her work. The guard stomps off to patrol the area. Heshing barons, if I didn't need the money. You notice that GT is holding a list of activation codes for the mechs. Get GT's attention. Let's get GT. Hey. Who? What? GT clutches the mech access codes more tightly. Shh, I have a proposal for you. What is it? She glances warily in the direction of Kevin. Oh, he's a Kevin, is he? You'd better act fast. I can pay her, threaten to kill her, convince her to hand over the codes. You don't look like a Spark Baron. Why are you working for them anyway? You should help me help some people help your people. No. You should help me help some people help your people and hand over those codes. What do we got? 8. Automech code. When destroyed, grants you access to 1 automech. Okay, I have to hit those. Interesting. Negotiation flourish. Fill up the flourish bar to use one of Rook's flourishes. Flourishes persist between negotiations. Negotiation earned flourish by playing cards. Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, this has a 2 in 3 chance of getting me an automech code. Don't screw it up. All right, there's 1 code. Okay, I can give you 1. She's going to hit me for 4. Should have done this one first, but okay. Discard a card. I have 2 points left. She's going to whack me for 4. I have a 1 in 3 shot of hitting this. Not quite. Choose 1 card to discard. Well, I've got 2 of those, so I have 1 point left. I can either shield myself or hit that one for 1. I think we can wait for a turn. We'll shield ourselves. And we'll take just the 1 point. Boosted dig. It costs 0 because we are currently on snails. So that one goes down to 1. I still have 3 points left. Gives me another point of composure. That's good. A code. Improvise a card. Let's see. Next card played, we'll have a bunch of XP applied to it. That's good. I don't think that applies to Blacklist, however. Increase the cost of a random card in your hand until the end of the turn. I don't which one it increased. Possibly Blacklist. We've got 3 points. I'm going to be getting whacked for a bunch. Wow, that hurts. That'll reduce the pain a little bit. That'll reduce the pain a little bit more. I really do enjoy card battlers. When they have nifty, cool, interesting, different mechanics, it just adds to it. So what do we got? That's a grindstone, a grindstone. So I got all the biomech codes? No, that one's still at 1, but it has fucking 4 shields. That's just not fair. I'm going to get hit for 8. Not happy with this. Discard a card. Unplayable. Does not mean discardable, I think. Excellent. It is, in fact, discardable. Let's grab the other goodie. Apply 3 composure. Says I have 1 point left. Ah, that got increased. We'll go ahead and gamble it. Did 1 point. All right. And now I'm going to take like 5. Another automech code. That's still at 1, right? Deal 2 damage to all opponents' arguments. Why did that not do 2 points to all of their arguments? Oh my god, because I don't have freaking snails. I looked at it and said, oh, that's snails. No, dumbass. It's actually not. I'm about to get hit for 11. Holy shit. We need to nuke 2 of these because they're about to do a bunch to each of us, so. I'm still taking a lot, but not as much. I have bungled this rather severely. Alright, she's still at 24. Apply 3 composure. Wow, she's hitting really hard now. So that's 4 points less of damage I'm taking. Alright, I've got lots of shield. This time all of our stuff's bouncing off. Her numbers are just getting disgusting here. Wait, this costs 0. It's a free. This is. Right, no longer needing that. I've got to finish this off. Because her numbers are just getting bigger and bigger, and that's hurting more and more.
Kawasaki.
This is not great. Those cards I drew are fucking awful. Oh my god, I could lose this. What the fuck? Seriously? Oh, I dealt 2 to everything. I have 3 points left and only 2 things to spend them on. One of them's Composure, that's going to reduce the damage I take from "you've got to be fucking kidding" to way too much. Those are useless. Those are terrible. Wow. That is the worst turn of this game I have ever seen. Let's see. All right, so I need to get 8 off of her. I can finish this up, so I will. Did I get all of the rest of the stuff off? I did. Okay, so I'm just going to need to worry about finishing her then. That should do it. That was awful. But hey, sometimes random is going to kick you right in the teeth. Negotiation upgrades for Grumble, Call It, Rationale, and Rationale. So I get 4 upgrades out of this. So, set the coin. Replenish Sticky. When it's drawn, draw another card. I think set the coin is better. That allows me to choose to fix the coin as to which half it falls on. That's quite good. Gain 1 bonus damage. All right. Gain 1 dominance. I am dominant. Yeah, no, I can't convince even me. Hostility call cards deal 1 additional damage. Or destroy. Would you stop with destroy? Draw a card or rig 1 red. Go with the rig 1 red. And apply 4 composure. Better. A couple of those were not impressive. Card costs 0 to draw 2 cards. I usually don't have a problem with not having enough cards. I normally just don't have a problem with having enough energy and spending 1 half of the time to draw 2 cards. It's not helpful. Discard 2 cards and set the coin. Setting the coin's not that valuable to me. 1 card maybe. Lose composure from all friendly arguments. Deal equal damage to the composure lost. Lose composure from all friendly. Deal damage equal to the composure lost. Reduce resolve loss from 1 turn. Lose composure from all friendly arguments. I don't understand how that loses composure. Does that mean that damage I take is also reflected? I don't understand it. I have to decline it. Enough of the recruitment speech. I agree with you already. Now let's get out of here before you blow my cover. We're going to grind you into paste, Grifter. You fumble with the automech access codes. You're going to have to enter them as you fight if you want the automechs to fight with you. I will defend myself. I do not want. I'm going to kill them myself with my hands and my guns. Thorny Challenger, gain 3 defense and 2 counter per enemy targeting you. Congratulations. I'm currently at 6 defense. I'm now at 9 defense. Let's see. That guy's got a Shroak Skin. The first time stack takes damage each turn, they gain 2 defense. Species boon. We're going to work on him first then. I don't need the automechs. I'd rather not have had those cards added. Lumen Bioaccelerator. When it's drawn, gain 1 evasion. Unplayable burnout. So I now have an evasion, right? I have 1 evasion, so one of them, their attacks is going to miss. I'm being attacked for 3. One of them is buffing, which means this guy is going to attack, and it's going to miss. You're going to miss, jerk. Destroy after 1 use. No. Spend a charge, deal 2 extra bonus damage. That sounds good. Blast him. And we'll improvise a card. And impair. Damage will reduce. Draw 2 cards and expand. No. Apply 2 mark. When you attack this target, gain 1 charge. And mark by 1. Alright. I evade. He buffs. He's buffing again. I appreciate it. I like him. Him I like. The other guy, not so much. He's 9 from going into surrender mode. Spend 1 charge, deal. So, I hit him for 5. I'm now empty. This now only costs 1. So I'm no longer being attacked. And I can blast him because he's buffed. Now I have 2 more turns until this guy's currently in panic. I got a lot of cards. I got more cards than I want, actually. And 2 counter. Let's see. We need to get 10 more points out of him to get him to surrender. I think we can do that. No, he had shield up. I missed the shield. That's suboptimal. Let's go ahead and inflict a stun on him. Alright, he's got 1 more turn of panic, I think. He has no shield now. We whack him with a great big kick, and he surrenders. We are going to accept the surrenders. That gets me 16 of the resolve I lost dicking around in that last fight. Earns me metal. Oh, we'll get that in a second. Searing bullet. Spend up to 3 overcharge. Apply 1 wound per overcharge. Deals bonus damage equal to the cost of the 2 most expensive cards. Oh, that seems really nice for a cost of 1. Apply 4 defense fully charged. Gain 4 counter. 4 counter is nice, but I'd have to only good. That's only. Nope. That's only going to show up. I like that one. That one's solid. I think I just screwed that up and actually took the 10 money. I liked that card. Damn it. I misclicked. You see what happens? Guys, if you drink, don't game. If you game, don't drink. Was that convincing at all? What factional items are available? Vendor. Flexus.
Diapopos?
You need stuff? I have stuff, but you have to pay. Oh, no interest in those. Thanks. Maybe when I know I'm coming up to a big final fight or something? Sure, I'd be willing to do that. Core collector. Take the cores back to Calandra. Will I make it? I made it. How about we talk to her instead? Hello, Rook. Here are the cores. That's a nice haul. Surprisingly good work, Grifter. 100 shields, 2 metal, and a new graft. They're all common. Pets have plus 10. Start of the battle, gain 2 charge. Gain 2 power at the start of each battle, lose 2 power the first time you take enemy damage. Okay, well, I mean, that gives me the first turn to do some damage. Extra damage the first turn. Those are my negotiation grafts. Yeah. Sure. Poof, poof, poof. Let's see. Limited time opportunity. Zambul is secretly meeting with a contact. You have a chance to eliminate them quietly before the meeting. Cache of healing supplies. I don't need healing. Healing is for people who need healing. Enemy exposed. Made it. You spot Zambul standing alone in a clearing, waiting for someone else. You might not have that much time until their contact arrives. They don't like me. They hate me already. You sneak as close to Zambul as you can while staying hidden and then jump out, guns at the ready. Contact is arriving in 5 turns. Spend 1 charge, deal 2 bonus damage. They're doing a buff, so... Trace round, apply 2 burn. At the start of each turn, they take damage equal to the attack of burn, and half peels off. 1 overcharge. Spend 1 charge, apply 1 wound. Did not start with great cards. A lot of defense for starting. That isn't great when they're doing a buff on their first turn. I can do 18. They've got 4 armor up. They're about to hit me for 5. Contact is arriving in 4 turns. They're at 13. They're at 2. They're dead. 11 more resolve, 10 shills, 1 metal. Upgrade my kick. I don't want to destroy or attack twice for 5. That's fine, because any buffs then will be better. Pick a battle card. Ricochet to all enemies. Really limited. 2 scorched and 2 burn. If I was going with a build for that, searing bullet. Spend up to 3 overcharge. I don't think so. Guerrilla tactic. Apply a stun and destroy after use. Yeah, I've had one of those before. The freebies like that. Zambul is dead on the ground, and our contact should be here any minute. You get rid of the evidence that could lead to your misdeed and leave the area before anyone sees you. I'm just good at this, you know, guys. Working both sides. Canucket. Oh, I have to admit, the algorithm was feeling a little peckish, and now it's sort of lying on its back and rolling around while it goes. So thank you. Arrive at the drop point, this time without ambush. You jot quickly in a bird scratch only you and a few others understand, detailing that what you've learned of the rise in the Spark Barrens. You file your report, you find a message left by your counterpart on the other side of the wall. The printed instructions read, proceed to Grout Bog access gate and facilitate the entry of Uni to the bog, accompanied by her cargo, Oshnu. Oshnu? A domesticated giant snail used for food, transport, and entertainment. Now, I will say, the second most delicious thing I have ever eaten in my life was a snail. It was at Bouchon. A friend of mine had ordered, I think it was the grouper, and they had tempura snails as the garnish. And they didn't like snails, so they let the others of us have a snail each. And, oh my fucking God, it was so good. Now, I will note, I'm a sucker for things that are Thomas Keller. He ran Bouchon and the French Laundry. And evidently I'm a sucker, in particular for Thomas Keller stuff that is tempura fried. Because the single best thing I've ever put in my mouth, and yes, of anything I've ever put in my mouth, was tempura fried foie gras at the French Laundry. It was a ragu of salsify and foie gras topped with fucking tempura fried foie gras. And it was the most eye-opening thing I've ever eaten. Oh, I've shared with you snail wisdom. Escort Yoni to the black market. After transaction, eliminate Yoni with discretion. Deliver proof of completion to Hebel for paying payment. Oh, that's kind of dark. Special delivery. That's actually really kind of dark. Walking down the road, you come across a plant that you recognize from a book about foraging in Grout Bog. The plant's leaves have fine markings on them, and the flowers have an exuberant shade of red, and the small berries have a deep blue color. The leaves are supposed to be delicious, or was it the berries? Maybe the flowers? Leaves. Snap a leaf and chew on it a bit. It's soft and releases a sweet, slightly sticky sap. I gained 5 resolve. I'm going to leave without trying the rest. I may be crazy, but even I've got limits. You find Yuni in an animated conversation with the gate guard. I have the paperwork. You need to let me in. I told you already the authorization's out of date. As of when? As of now, because I said so. Look, I don't make the rules. I just get to enforce them. Get the right stamps and you can go through. She returns to her Oshinu to sort through reams of documents. Sru notices you. What the heck are you looking at? Pay for a new authorization or convince? Well, I got my resolve up pretty high again. I'll pay. I couldn't help but hear this unfortunate soul's paperwork is out of sorts. Yeah, so? I would like to offer a small donation to help you reconsider the validity of a bribe? Yeah, I'll take that. I'm glad we came to an understanding. Yuni eyes you skeptically. You're covering the cost yourself, Grifter, as per the contract I signed. Of course, I wouldn't dream of charging you for the incidentals. Good, let's be on then. I lost 100 shills. Grabs the rein of the Oshnu, and you set out. What are the odds we get there without another interruption? Not very good. The usual cacophony of the bog falls silent and you realize you're being followed. I know you're there. Why not be civilized about this and show yourself so we can talk about this? Talk this through like reasonable adults. You hear whispers and the underbrush wrestles. Eventually a ragtag band of Rise emerge. Halt in the name of the Rise! We're here to commandeer the ship and for the good of the cause. And we want Yuni too. She will fetch a good ransom from her Admiralty masters. I could scare him off. Hand over the cargo and Yuni. Or defend the cargo. I'm not sure whose mission I'm currently on here. Because Yuni is supposed to die. So if I hand her off, yeah, she's going to hate me. But my alternative, I'm supposed to kill her. You don't know who you're dealing with, do you? I almost feel sorry for you. Intimidations. You don't want to be on the wrong side of this. When destroyed, receive 30 shills. Well, that's nice. If destroyed, gain 4 metal at the end of Kurgian's turn. Remove 1 nettlesome. That's got 7. That's a tough one to get through. He's at 34 total. He's going to whack me for 4. What do we got over here? Untrained pet. Targets the opponent argument each turn for 3/3. Destroy the argument at the start of your next turn. Oh, that's her snail, evidently. What do I have in the way of flourish? Let's go ahead and gamble 5 times. Do a little bit of damage. Do some defense on me. So we ended up with 3 defense over there. 1 defense on me. Mind you, this isn't under attack, and I'm under attack for 4. Thanks. We play this, however, it'll rig the coin to be snail instead of face. Head, sorry. Heads and snails. But we can do this now for 3. That thing's at 4. That's for 30 shills. That's the metal. I've got a 2 out of 3 chance. 3 points. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. That's going to give me 30 shells if I destroy it for 4, right? Right. That's not going to do it. So, if I'm willing to take 3, I can get 4 metal. And I will. So. Now, I will play this. It'll do 2 to 4 to him. And I'll discard a card. That doesn't fix it. Oh, but this removes that. That's fine. That's fine. That's good. So, we're going to do this. And I have to discard a card. This will now do 6 to 8. But it's prepared. Don't fail me. Thank you. That gives me 4 metal. I'll take a little bit of damage. Wow, that's a really awful set of cards, gotta say. Alright, this one's almost ready to hatch. The stem that was inserted at the base of my skull is getting close to hatching. And yes, that's every bit as awful as it sounds. Let's set it, flip the coin and set it to snail so this one does more damage. Let's see, that's going to introduce a propaganda card. Now it's going to get me 30 shills. Am I worried about the propaganda card? Not too much. We have 3 points. Gamble again. That gives us a point of defense. We have 2 points. We'll take the 1 to 3. We'll give ourselves 30 shills. And we're going to eat 4 points of damage. But this is all negotiation, not actual damage. Remember, there's shooty damage and talkie damage. And they're 2 different game systems for combat and negotiation. One of the many things about the game I really like. Prepare a card. Swap its cost with this card's cost. Blacklist. 3. 3. It's going to do 7 points, though. On the other hand, we got this one for free. That's going to do a propaganda. He's going to whack me for 5. I don't have any defensive cards at all, which isn't great. Gotta say, not loving that. And we'll blacklist. I have cards remaining. Do I have 0 cards? Prepare a card. Swap its cost with this card's cost. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's actually pretty good. Going to do 2 points all around. Supposed to anyway. All right. I really do enjoy card battlers, and this one has got enough bells and whistles added onto it that it is a lot of fun, I think. So I have no idea. I'm going to check. I'm going to take just a moment so that I can give you an informed opinion and see if it's on sale right now. Because, there's this sale going on right now. Griftlands is on sale for 45% off right now, $11. It also has a demo. So, if you wanted to try it, you could get the demo. Or you could just pony up the $12. A boosted dig, it costs 0. It's already cost 0. Apply 3 composure, apply 1 composure to all arguments. I'm going to take a little bit of damage. Card to swap. It doesn't matter in this case. I've got 2 points left. We'll go ahead and apply it. We're going to finish him off next turn, hopefully. And take a couple more points. Yes. There we are. Now, this is going to apply experience points to the next card I play, so we'll go ahead and play that. And this thing will now get extra experience. And we've won the debate. I restores a little health. I gain metal and 4 bonus metal. My pleasantry skill has upgraded. So I can either now cast it and gain 1 influence or throw in a gamble. I think we want to throw in the influence. And I get to pick a negotiation card. When it's drawn, gain 1 action and expend. Unplayable. Gain an action. That's normally that is awesome. Snail hunt rig for 2, and then improvise hostility card from your card pile. So it guarantees my next gamble, 2 gambles will both be snails, and then it allows me to improvise a card. Interesting. Yeah, sure. This ain't worth the trouble. Rise away. The Rise agents melt back into the bog. Do you think we could have taken them? Don't know. Don't need to know now either, as long as they think we could have. Special delivery. There we are. Yunny pulls you aside as we approach the blackboard. Let me do the talking, all right? You're just the muscle. The Jake spot you. Who's there? Who do you think it is? It's the shipment you ordered, you damn Jake. The Admiralty weapons? Keep it down. I think there might be a couple of barons in the bog who didn't hear that. Your little conflict is your business. Here are the weapons. You have the payment. Right. Here's for you, and here's for the grifter, just like the contract stated. We're done. Yeah, we're done. Jake, start unloading the Oshnu. Yuni turns to you. Damn Jakes, can't trust him. Demand a bonus payment or let it go. I'm going to let it go. You ready to go? Yeah, let's get out of here before my clothes start smelling like bog. Unfortunately, I'm now supposed to kill her. Is this the way to the gate? Did you get us lost? Not lost. Secluded. My instructions are to eliminate you. Seems your employers don't want to leave any loose ends. They what? Oh, hesh. That's why they gave me this post, isn't it? You don't have to do this. I can disappear. I'll go to Docktown. No one will ever hear it again. Yuni will love you, or she'll dislike you if I attack her. That's quite the difference when I'm going to kill her, or not kill her. I'll let her go. Fine. You better not show your face here or in Murder Bay ever again. I won't, I promise. Thank you. She loves me. Managed to capture her loyalty, don't waste it. Authorization. Once a day, I can ask a nearby member of the Admiralty to help you in battle or negotiation. What do we got? We've got metal vendor, black market, back to the last stand. I think just Hebel, right? That's a vendor. Patrons. Give Hebel Yunny's badge. There's Yunny's badge. They're dead. Uh-huh. You telling me this is the truth? Don't believe a word he says. Who is this schmuck? Let's see. We are currently set at snails. And unfortunately it showed up heads and snails. Let's see. They're trying to do 7 to me. That's not my favorite number for them to be doing to me. Let's see. That is Gnak is sabotaging your negotiations. Increase Hevel's damage by 1. I have to do 1 more point to that to get it to go away. I'll apply Composure. Almost there. That'll give me 1 more Composure. It'll bounce off. What you got here? Alright. We're not at that. This is not prepared, so I cast that one. Apply a 3 Composure and rig. Snails? That was supposed to rig snails. Guarantees my next gamble is snails. I've got 2 points. Apply 3 Composure. Apply 1 Composure to all friendly arguments. We're going to whack him. I'm going to whack him really freaking hard. Now I'm going to get hit for a bit. Ouch. Oh. Ooh, Blacklist. Gotta love Blacklist. Let's see. That's an improvise. So if we go like this, this will get 3 XP. Choose to discard a card. And this will give me an improvise. I'm taking a lot. Hopefully I can get an... no, I'm just going to go ahead and whack him more. I'll take a lot, but he took a lot. Well, it doesn't cost anything to apply 4 Composure in this case. He's at 10. My next 3 gambles are all going to be snails. That's going to deal 2 damage to everything. He's at 8. Damn it, not quite enough. I've got 1 point left. Ha ha ha. Victory is mine, you schmuck. Restores 5 health, earns me a medal. A couple of my negotiation cards are getting upgraded. Pleasantries. Set the coin. Expand. That seems reasonable. Slugstorm. Ooh. Like that. And a negotiation card optional. Discard this card, draw 1 card, and gain 1 dominance. Unplayable. Another snail hunt. And that's not bad. Yeah, stop talking already. It's good enough for me. I get paid, I gain metal, I pick a graft. They're all common again. Pets, allies, whenever you gain fully charged. None of them. All right, I'll take the shills. Cards. No, those are all destroyables. Go to my room. I need access to my room. I ain't gonna stop you. Just change outfit? We're still in the middle of the night then, I guess, or middle of the day. Grifter, we have reason to speak. We do? I've heard disquieting rumors that you have been less than forthright in your dealings with Faleno. Rumors are like birds, always flying about. I wouldn't pay them any. Stop the act, Grifter. I am immune to your folksy charm. I put out inquiries about you, and I know all about your past. I know who you are and what you've done. You might know what I've done, but you have no idea what I can do. I do respect an honest shakedown, though. What is it you need done? One of our dig sites has been experiencing disruptions. Fleets have been attacking workers. We thought we had it under control, but the last attack revealed one source, the Queen. I want you to go eradicate the problem, quietly. I don't want to panic the workers and give them any more of an excuse to shirk their duty. I'll do it, but only because I have to. We have a containment team at the location. Meet with them. They'll show you how to access the Queen. I'll find you when the task is completed. I need to take a refill break and an empty break on something else. I'll be right back. People. And I'm back. Hi, guys. All right. Working both sides. Bug hunter. You find evidence of a fight in a damaged enforcer. It seems to be stuck in some kind of diagnostic loop. Well, I've been there. Its maintenance panel is open, exposing an override controls. Small output window reads, wow, hexadecimal. I could probably figure that out if I wanted to. Previous, select, next. Leave the automatic alone. Reads hexadecimal 45, 58, 50, 4C, 4F, 44, and 45. I'm going to assume it's spelling out a word, 5 letters. Help doesn't fit. Previous. Next. Next. Wow. I'm going to leave the automech alone. There's probably some cool thing I could find in there interesting or fun if I wanted to check for hexadecimal, but not so much. You find the cave entrance. A small detachment of spark barons has established a perimeter around it. Unsettling noises occasionally rise up from the depths. The barons respond with blaster fire and the occasional grenade. The Grifter's here. Errant said to expect you. The queen is down there. Ask about the cave. What are we up against? We are up against a hole in the ground. You are up against a fleed queen. And probably not an insubstantial quantity of fleed and fleed larvae. But you'll do fine, I'm sure. I'm going to need some help killing this beast. I think you're misunderstanding the situation here. You are the help. Go kill the beast. My odds of convincing him... Back up. Yeah, I need back up. If it's taking all of you to keep the queen pinned down, surely it'll take more than just me to destroy it. I need some volunteers. I don't get paid enough for that. I might send some of my underlings if you make a strong enough case. All right, let's see what we've got. This will end the negotiation. Start battle with any supporters you've won to your side. All right, so 13, 11, and 21. Uh-huh. I'm going to do 4 to me. Then improvise a hostility card. Who doesn't want to improvise a hostility card? I don't think I can get to that one being prepared. I can't quite get to that one being prepared. Damn it. Discard a card. Gain 1 damage bonus. We only have 1 point left. We'll see if I can get them all to join me. Choose a card to discard. That one. Alright, we got snails. What are you even talking about? Tinnitus. When this card is drawn, deal 2 damage to a random friendly argument. Unplayable. I got another freaking goddamn parasite? This does not make me happy. Boosted dig costs 0. See ya, Jope. Not sure what it means, but it sounds like pseudo French. It's not really clear. I'm gonna get whacked, aren't I? We have a point left. Let's go ahead and play that. I'll deal that. We have 2 of the characters, or 2 of the friends joining us. That is appropriate. When this argument is destroyed, all cards are returned. He's been stealing cards from me, of course, because of course he has. Ooh, he's hitting me for many points. I have 1 point left. That's... Set the coin to heads. Snail hunt. Receive support. Start battle with the auto dog and Sisu on your side. That ends the negotiation. So I would start with 2 right now. Or I can continue to play until I get access to the 3rd, which is what I think I'm going to do. I can't get this one into prepared position. We'll go ahead and mark that. Excellent. There we go. I get all 3. Dun dun. I'll restore health, metal, upgrade my pleasantries. This will give me a draw card. That's a destroy. I have mentioned how much I don't care for destroy cards. And any good negotiations when this card is drawn, gamble. Head turner, deal MX, or prepared gain an action. Ooh, prepared gain an action. That's a winner. That's another one of those that's strictly better than a card I already have, and so if I can get it to the point where I can remove a card or two, removing some of the less good versions of the same thing can tighten up the deck and make it better. Take the job, get the job done. I'll be out here covering the exit. Attack the fleed queen. Don't get my people killed. I hate paperwork. I follow the low guttural sounds deep into the cave. Turning a corner, you find yourself in the queen's brood chamber. Hundreds of hungry eyes snap to attention as the queen rises on impossibly small wings to meet you. All right, me and 3 friends against the queen. Somehow, I don't think the queen's going to be along for... wow. Seriously, she's going to hit all of us? Chitinous. She gains 8 defense at the end of their turn. Whenever the defense is broken, remove 1 chitinous. Wow, she's pretty badass, gotta say. She's going to do 13 or 14 to everybody. 12 to 14 to everybody. What do we have? We've got 3 actions. Improvise a card. Blast. Apply stun. And destroy after use. Well, yeah. She won't be attacking this turn. Then I don't need to apply defense, and I can just whack her a couple more times. We have now reduced her shield next turn to 7. And we've done a total of 10 points to her. That's a pretty good first turn. Don't think that's going to last. So, a whole bunch of things are attacking her. She's going to attack the auto dog. When it's drawn, gain 1 evasion. Okay, well. She's going to whack the dog for 7. I've got 3. I can do 7 twice. And spend a charge to do bonus damage. I'm going to do that. Our shield's gone again, down to 6 for next turn. I'll whack her for 7 more. Give myself a charge. He hits it. He hits it. I think things are going well in our attack against the big bug. Our doggy should have taken a little damage. Why did I take a point? It's taking a lot. It's not doing any damage. It's doing a buffy thing. Spend a charge, deal 2 bonus damage. Blast it. We did not get good cards, as we're going to be applying defense where no defense is necessary. But we'll apply it to ourselves because these guys are just flunkies. Alright, the Bug Queen isn't doing so great. It's down to 8. It's only going to have like 5 shield this next turn. It's got more bugs. This will die this turn. Well, they're all gonna die. We all die sooner or later, you know? Just like that, victory. Restores 11 resolve, earn metal, new battle card of Giant Stinger, which is another one of those. Wow, that's big. For 2 points, it does 9 to 14. Applies a wound, expends, so you only use it once per combat. Does piercing, so it endures defense, and it's sticky, it stays in your hand until you play it. That's the kind of fun, brutal card you can get. We have a couple of upgrades, Hair Trigger and Blast. Blast gets upgraded to spend the charge to deal extra bonus damage or apply a couple of burn. I haven't been doing a burn deck, so unless I'm building a burn deck, doing additional burn is not great. Hair Trigger. Spend a charge, deal 2 bonus damage. Spend up to 2 charge, deal 3 per. Or 1 bonus to deal 6. I like that better. Pick a negotiation card. I like Snail Hunt, but I've got one that's already advanced. Headbang. Double this card's damage and gamble. That seems fun. Fan the Hammer. Spend all charge, attack once for each. I'm not usually having a lot of charge around. Remove a random debuff from the target enemy and gain an action. That seems good. The Fleed Queen collapses in a pile of chitin and ichor, or ichor. The stench of it all chases all of you out of the cave. Back topside, Frash's minions reassemble. He does a quick roll call and finding no one missing, he extends his hand to you. Excellent work, Grifter. I couldn't have done it better myself. Truer words you've never spoken. I'm going to rise on the scene. You got the job done, Grifter. I'm thankful. But I'll be watching. If the rumors of your dalliance with the Rise turn out to be more than rumors, I'll be forced to execute you. You're welcome. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Take this as a token of our working relationship. She likes me. And a graft. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. Enemies no longer panic. Interesting. Because when they panic, they stop fighting for a few turns, and then if you can defeat the others, they give up, or you can execute them. Gaining an action at the start of the turn is enormous, though. Gain an action at your start of your turn, take 3 damage at the end of every turn. That's not great. Action at the start of your turn, reduce defense gained by cards by 2. Oh, they all give me an action. Let's try that one. Okay, I'm fine. Much appreciated. Don't let it go to waste. Arendt leaves, leaving the rest of the barons to clean up the mess. I have 30 metal. That can wait for tomorrow. Buy powerful negotiation and battle cards from the Jakes. Jabel has a room ready for me. It's been a long day. Now, about that fine accommodation you so graciously offered. I'll go wake up the cockroaches. Charming. At night, you hear the unflinching howl of the wind and know your aerostat days will never truly be in the past. My health is restored. My resolve is restored. I gained 1 new person who loved me, 2 new people who like me, 2 people who dislike me. Now, that's 1 love and 2 like. That's greater than 2 dislike. I think that's a win in my categories of the things. I gained 3 grafts. I gained 3 battle cards, 4 negotiation cards. You open your eyes to a new day. At least this one doesn't come with a new name and identity, too. Hebel grunts like a grease fire. I wouldn't have thought a grease fire would grunt. Package came for you. Who left it? Didn't leave a name, just a package. You have a shrewd eye in there somewhere, Hebel. I'm sure of it. Just take it before it explodes. That'd be bad for business. He resumes his duty, making sure you keep the bar between himself and your package. You hold your breath and pull the string. No explosion. Must be my lucky day. Inside, you find a bundle of loose papers and a note addressed to you in a complex cipher. Nevertheless, years of training have allowed you to grasp most of the work at a glance. Candidate device located. Deep bog rumored hermetic faction. The next portion requires a more clear translation, but after a moment of study, its meaning unfurls before you. Secure the loyalty of one of your contacts using the enclosed intelligence. Either one of them should know more about these boggers. The intelligence file reveals itself a location of a bogger encampment and implies they found a large cache of ancient technology. This is the kind of lead that either the Barons or the Rise would literally kill for. I have one card ready to upgrade. Ripper. 3 to 6, remove a random debuff. Now that's already really good. 1 point for 3 to 6 and gain an action if they have a debuff that I can remove. 3 to 9 or 6 to 6. Ooh, that's interesting. 6 to 6 is better. A reliable number is better than a random number because if I need 4, every once in a while this is going to fail. So I'm going to end it here. This is a convenient breakpoint, and I've been at it almost 3 hours, and this old man, you know, going longer than 2 hours. It's like asking me to last longer than 2 hours at a single time in bed. 2 hours is a lot to ask. Or is it? Anyway, I want to thank you guys very, very much for hanging out on a Saturday night. I might be back tomorrow for more of the same. I am having a lot of fun with Griftlands. It's a really fun game. Also, I will repeat, on sale right now for $12, or you can get the free demo, obviously, on Steam. I enjoy a card battler, and this one is clever, and the card play mechanics are good. And you know, I spent, I don't know, I think maybe $9, $10 on Tainted Grail-Conquest, which isn't bad. But while I was playing it, I was saying, you know, I liked Griftlands more. And so that's why I'm playing Griftlands again. I just really enjoy it. If you're not into card battlers, obviously, it isn't your thing. So I might be back tomorrow. If I'm back tomorrow, I'll be more Griftlands. If I'm not back tomorrow, I will also not be back on Monday regardless, as I am game mastering some friends in a Call of Cthulhu game where we may or may not have a big surprise waiting for them. I can scarcely wait. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out. So if I'm not back tomorrow, I'll be back on Tuesday. If I am back tomorrow, I'll also be back on Tuesday. I'll not be around on Monday. So I expect tomorrow or most likely Tuesday. Either way, it's likely to be Griftlands because I'm having fun with it again. So anyway, I want to thank you guys again for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. I always genuinely do. Back in 1 to 3 days at the usual time. I hope the rest of your Saturday night kicks ass. I hope your Sunday's great. I should be back either tomorrow or Tuesday. Have a great night tonight. Take care. And ciao for now. Good night, guys.